the Watagans, a four-wheel drive mecca held in high esteem by four-wheel drivers around the country. Now, I'd been warned about the car-eating tracks, and I wish I could say that fear did not weary me. But with Shorty by my side, bring it on. We pushed these Forbies to their limits, and not all of them made it through to the other end.
Looking for a mad deal on the gear that you're chasing? Like this awning, I've got you covered. Keep an eye out throughout this video for an exclusive discount code and get 10% off store-wide for all 4WD Supacentre YouTube subscribers. And as always, enjoy this adventure because this is an epic trip.
Joining me on this trip is regular Tim Bates in his 2002 GU Patrol. Like a fish out of water outside of the Victorian high country, we're going to prove to Tim that the rest of Australia does have worthwhile four-wheel driving to offer too. G'day guys, how are you?
Josh.
Graham, pleased to meet you mate. Josh and Jess are always down here exploring the area. They'll be leaving the convoy in their 99 Petrol 100 series.
I think it'll be fun, exciting.
Different experience.
Now, everything I've heard about this place suggests you don't need to go too far off this black stuff before you're into the good stuff.
No, you don't have to. The tracks are only probably 5 kilometres worth of tar.
Now, I was watching the news last night. They reckon it's the wettest month you've had here since 1953.
It's going to make it very slippery and difficult.
While they've done a heap of touring around this big country of ours, Steve and Kaz are actually Watagan locals that have done very little exploring around their own backyard.
How are you?
Good.
How are you going, Josh?
And would you believe that Steve and Karen met on the job? They're both bus drivers.
Yeah, manoeuvrability in a bus is something to be seen, as you'd imagine, but after that, jumping into the four-wheel drive, it's nice and small, really. Who's got that 100 series, that silly sticker?
Me.
What does it say?
It says Nissan Recovery Vehicle. I reckon we'll be pulling you out, mate.
How are you, Phil?
Hey, Jamie.
How are you?
How are you, mate? Good to see you.
Long time no see.
Jamie and his family are obsessed with four-wheel driving and have travelled extensively in the top end and in their backyard, the Glasshouse Mountains. Having driven a Defender for 16 years, Jamie has recently upgraded to a brand spanking 130 model.
Yeah, it'd be a great push for this. I take the old Land Rover 130 I've got, but this time we're going to take the new one out. It's brand new, it hasn't been off the road yet.
Yeah, just mainly a recovery vehicle for Nissan and Toyotas.
Here we go.
Well, I reckon you're better put your money where your mouth is. I'm the only one that's got nothing to prove here. Your backyard, you're full of confidence, you reckon you've driven everything. Tim comes from the high country. I come from a place that's as flat as this table and doesn't get any rain. Let's say we go and have a look at it, eh?
Excellent. That's great.
Check it out.
So, where are we heading right now, bud?
We're heading on the Cut Rock Road.
Cut Rock Road. What's it like, mate? What can I expect?
With all this rain, we've had lots of mud and slippery clay.
That sounds like about as much fun as you can have with your clothes on, mate. Let's get stuck into it. The Watagans is an absolute maze of tracks, and you could spend a lifetime exploring this place. We're going to be keeping to the northern part of the region, and we'll be in the Watagan State Forest and also the National Park. After meeting in Kurrambong, our first track will be Cut Rock Road, and from there, we're going to snake around with our final destination being Heaton's Lookout. We're just airing down here on the side of the track. I found myself an old thread here with a quote from this very area. I'll read it out for you. It says, "People, please note this is real four-wheel drive or disposable car country. These tracks can and will eat lesser cars for breakfast." Those aren't exactly words of encouragement, but it does sound like a challenge, and I'm up for that. Look at this for a track. I can't even walk up the darn thing, mate. Like clocking your car up here. You can see where other people have had a go.
Putting the blocks up.
There's no way you drive that without some rocks.
Take the angle up through the side there.
You bum about there,
Yeah.
and come up over that there with this. Might just be doable. We'll need a spotter.
Yeah.
A little bit nervous, but quite excited about it. Now, Josh isn't quite sure the name of this track, or look, even if it has a name, but it's off Plank Hill Road and comes out again on Cut Rock Road.
Yeah, she's a bit slippery. Hang on, mate, I'll come up and have a look. Hold her there.
In fact, this is probably a complete and utter waste of time, but I'll even put the slopey side towards you.
Right, I reckon that's you. I'll get out of your way.
Look up here where there's safety in numbers.
Beautifully done. Look at you. Josh, before you come up here, mate, I might just...
Get rid of this bad boy for you. Because what, your tyres are what, what'd you say, 500 k's old?
Yeah, brand new tyres. I don't want that stick going through them.
Could be a dog of a thing to get out of there. Is she in there? If anyone makes a wisecrack about me not using the sharp end. Whoopsie daisy, whose axe is this? See how you go on that, mate. If I've got to pack it more, I will.
Nice angle.
Just go back a bit. Keep it going, keep it going.
Hold it there, mate. That's the line there, mate.
That's it, that's it, that's it. That's it. Hang on, hang on.
Close, close.
I reckon if we can just get him up over that tree root.
Give me another crack, mate. Beautifully done, mate. Beautifully done.
Mate, it's your call completely. But if I had panels like that on Shorty, I reckon I'd pack this up and winch myself up this.
Okay, mate. Yeah, if you think so.
This was where a sense of team really started to form, with everyone pitching in.
Yeah, we're building a track, making it easy for those Nissans. The winch button doesn't work. To release, it only comes back in, the winch is playing up. You'll need another shackle to put onto the recovery point under the bull bar. Can you get us a coffee or something too, please?
But I'm going to get out of the way, mate, and I'll let you go for it.
If we get weight on that cable too close to that tree and I can't go forward anymore,
Oh, you cactus, aren't you?
we're stuffed.
Well, we've come across a little bit of a problem here, a little bit of a snag. Josh's winch won't winch out under tension. And what that means is that we can get him up over that rock step, but he's going to be flush up with this tree and we're going to need him to winch out under tension so we can undo all the gear so he can drive off. So what we're going to do is try and pack up that rock step. He is that close to being able to drive up that. If he can do that, then we can get him up here without rearranging and trying to put another anchor point out. We have got a small anchor point up here. It's a little bit iffy. I don't want to be using it to drag him up over that rock step.
All right, let's see how that goes, I think.
Righto, Josh, mate. Go for it.
That's the way.
Woohoo! Good drive.
4 to go.
There's my camera. There's all sorts of bits and pieces in there. There's my stable table. Alrighty, let's see what the big high country man makes of this challenge. The main problem Tim's got here, of course, is that he's got a long wheelbase vehicle and he's getting stuck in the ruts that have been made by everybody else. What once was a 4-lane has now been reduced to rubble.
Righto, let's have another crack.
We'll build it up again, we'll see if we can get a little bit higher.
Boys could start their own quarry up here, I reckon. They're just about dragging rocks out of everywhere they can find them at the minute.
Now we're looking more. This is a work of art. If I look from this way, it's a swan.
Bloody mirror's gone now.
You're a rodeo rider in another age, weren't you, mate?
Yeah, go get up there and I'll winch her up, mate.
That'll do you.
You're not filling me with confidence, Tim.
Hey?
And that's you right there, mate. Righto, mate. Let that winch cable out and I'll pack everything up. You can drive from there.
There we go. We're up.
Well, this little rock step is proving to be a little trickier than we thought. Of course, it's changing every time a four-wheel drive comes up here. You can see divots here that weren't there when we got here, and as the wheelbases on each truck change, everyone's finding they've got their own battles. Shorty made it look a bit easier because I was halfway up when I was over the top. It was all over for me. Whereas the longer wheelbase trucks, they are struggling a little bit because they're still in the ruts, even when their top wheels are up the top of this. So it's a little bit trickier for them. We've got 2 long wheelbases to go. We've only got about an hour of light left. Let's see how these guys go. Good work, Steve and Kaz. Nearly got there. Righto, mate, that's your line. No. Righto, mate, we're just going to hook you up this little tree up here. Just pop you up over the top, that's all you need. Now, I know earlier on I said I didn't want to use this particular tree to do a full recovery, but if you can imagine, what we've got here in this scenario is that rock step there. Rather than having a vehicle here, we're having to pull the vehicle up and then over the rock step, the vehicle's almost over it. So all we've got to do now is just pop those back wheels over, so the pull force is significantly less. Everyone's clear? The winch when ready. That'll do you, that'll do you.
Okay.
Don't keep in the back of your mind the fact this is the very...
The challenge begins.
Right about now, I'm feeling a bit nervous. Righto, mate. I can fill that hole in again.
Yeah, we'll have another go.
Straight. I hope this ends well. Straight, Bruce.
Can I do one more?
You can do 10 more.
Are we ready?
I was born ready.
Oh, so was I.
Yeah, that's reverse, that one.
Bugger.
Full force ahead or behind. Oh, crikey.
Sugar.
Free to have another go if you want. The defender's hung up on the side rails. Yeah, we might pop you up over the top, eh? The darkness has really taken me by surprise. 1 minute, the sun was setting, the next was pitch black. You're up, hold there.
Happy with that?
Yeah, happy with it? Mate, absolutely awesome. I'll take my hat off to you. That was tops. Well, that is day 1 of the trip on a track that we all just looked at and went, we'll just zip up there, head down here to camp, maybe even take it another track on the way. We've been here for hours and I am starting to get a deep respect for this part of the country because of that is what was planned for day 1. It's not even on the maps really. And if that's what day 1 got for us, I'll tell you what, the rest of this trip has got me very excited. But for now, let's get to camp, get a fire going, get a meal on, and maybe even have a beverage.
Get more for less at 4 Wheel Drive Supercentre with incredible deals on Adventure King's camping and outdoor gear. Take your camping experience to the next level with the amazing Grand Tourer Mark III aluminium rooftop tent, the rooftop tent that practically sets itself up. King's portable gazebos are built ultra strong with a tough steel frame, are easy to set up even by yourself and are available in multiple sizes for the campsite or the job site. The incredible new 270-degree freestanding awning can be set up in just 40 seconds and wraps around the side and the back of your car for incredible amounts of shelter. Hit the water on a King's inflatable stand-up paddleboard for an insane amount of fun at the beach, the river or the dam. But warning, it's highly addictive. Plus there's fridges, solar panels and more to make every adventure incredible. At 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre, you get more for less.
What a glorious day. The sky's blue, the sun's shining. I tell you what, I could really get used to this. Folks, it goes without saying that if you had a campfire last night, you've got to put it out in the morning. Now, our campfire, I'm almost 100% sure is out. The big trouble is the embers underneath there could still be alight, so I'm not going to take that chance. If you needed any more incentive, most of the state forests and national parks around Australia are happy to dole out fines for fires left unattended when you leave camp. So don't take that chance.
Hey guys, if you look to your right, coming up here, there's a wishing well. That's where there used to be a natural spring for the timber workers where they got their water from.
Yeah, right, eh? I've turned it into a little wishing well for the kids, eh?
Yeah, everyone to throw all their money in.
Actually, you know, this area here is a really good demonstration of just how well nature can regenerate itself because, of course, during World War II, this whole area through here was stripped of its softwoods because it was found that they made for an extremely good wood source for the rifles and also the mosquito aeroplanes. So all this Watagan area was completely stripped. To look at it today, though, you wouldn't have a clue, would you?
Guys, coming up here, we've got a nice little section of track I think Jess should have a go at.
We're having a driver change.
Yep, about time she had a go.
And the lesson begins.
So, Jeff, as
You jump in the hot seat there. Have you, what's your off-road experience?
Pretty much none.
No need to be nervous. I'm sure you're in good hands up there, but I'll give you about 16 car lengths.
just in case, how's that sound?
So put it in low range. Put it
Yes.
in, yep, pull that back.
This one
Put-
or that one?
Pull it a little
Low range all the way.
and flat out. Alright, go. Give it to it. Beautiful.
Handled like a pro. Look at you go. Oh well, if she could do it, this is going to be an absolute breeze.
This is fun.
Guys, hello? A bit of gentle persuasion and Shorty's out.
Just stay to the right of that tree root. That's it. Beautiful.
How well is Jess doing? She's as cool as a cucumber too.
I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I don't think I didn't have a smile on my face for 1 minute of that.
Have a look at this weather, eh?
Absolutely beautiful today.
Couldn't ask for better. Glorious. For once, the rain was staying away, and that is just the way I like it. Looks like Josh couldn't stay out of the driver's seat for very long. Like musical chairs here. I don't think Josh thought that through. You see, Jess really enjoyed her first go at four-wheel driving, so now he's always going to have to fight for the driver's seat. Hit pretty hard then.
Slip sliding on.
Didn't realise you had such a hidden talent, Tim. Now this really is spectacular fun four-wheel driving.
Okay guys, we've arrived at this bog hole. I'm going to go really slow as I drop down into it, and as I come out the other side I'm going to give it the berries to get out of there.
Sounds like a pretty solid plan, mate. I'll watch you and see how you go. Is it off Canberra or is it pretty level all the way down?
It's pretty level all the way down, but the first drop-in's very steep as you drop down into it.
Always a fun manoeuvre in a short wheelbase vehicle.
Okay, here we go, I'm about to hit it.
This bog hole reminds me of a mini gunshot, only it's freezing cold outside.
Might be interesting little shorty on this one.
Once those front wheels hit the bottom, I wasn't about to waste any time on moving forward again. Nearly lost me sunnies. Looks like no one else is hanging around either. That's it, get on through.
Okay guys, we're going to be turning right up here on the Creek Road.
What can we expect out of this one, Josh?
Oh, a few bog holes and a bit more slippery stuff, I think.
The biggest driving challenge for me would have been the slippery hill where unfortunately Josh came unstuck.
This is where it gets interesting though, come around here. Have a look at that.
Might need every bit of traction over got at our disposal on this one, I think.
Have you done this track before?
Long time ago.
Is there anything up there to winch off?
Yeah, a long way up around the corner, nothing just here.
Yeah right, we're going to need it about here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of no talking going on.
Everyone's scared.
Now, the main difficulty with this section of track is that there are 4 distinct areas you're going to have to tackle, each one requiring a different approach. Whilst we're assessing the track, a few bike riders turned up to give it a go. After seeing them really struggle, especially the poor bloke who was riding for the first time, we really started to have our doubts.
Ready?
Ready.
Buy straight car.
So when I heard that noise, I was standing quite close to the situation at the time. First thing I thought of was definitely going to be a CV or something like that.
Hey, what do you reckon we winch you from here?
Righto.
The times I've heard a CV go, it's just one bang,
Yep.
and you're done. Yours was a bang, then a grinding sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could just be a hub, but we're not going to know whilst it's sitting there.
No, we're going to have to try and get it.
We might know when you get it up there.
That was, it was really devastation, really, because that slowed everything down and it shut us all down a fair bit because, we didn't know what was around the next corner before we got to it.
I need about another 3 metres, mate.
There you go.
We're going to need another tree truck.
Time to get the 100 up to the top so we can give it a proper diagnosis. But this isn't going to be easy. Mate, we'll just get you to take the slack up.
Okay, mate, we are all clear. Winch when ready.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
I don't know about you, but for me, it's always such a downer when someone's pride and joy sustains damage on a trip.
Just whack all your brakes on and let that winch cable down and see if you can...
Oh, you can't, can you? All right, take your, can you take your centre out?
Alright, centre diff locks out.
Give that a bill.
Doesn't sound good.
That sounds unreal.
Yeah, I felt really bad for the guy because I've broken some parts on trucks before and nobody likes doing it, but once you're there, you've got no choice.
That's a world of hurt because he can't come out on his winch. Remember, he can't roll his spool, he can't spool out under load on the winch. Yeah, you're right on that hole there.
I'm back in low now. I can ease the motor into it.
Yeah, you'll have to, because that...
You just tell me if the winch stops. If it stops, I don't know what to do. As long as that winch keeps turning,
We're good. Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah. Let's cross everything we got.
Righto, mate. Here I go.
Like crikey, it's working. Hopefully, the damage is something we can fix relatively easily. I don't like that noise.
Keeps scaring Graham.
Woo! Done it.
Once we get that wheel off, what we're really hoping to find is a broken hub or perhaps even a CV, because these can be fixed tonight. If it's anything in deeper, well, that's Josh out of the game.
Well, it's not that. That's what I was hoping was the problem.
We should really check the hub on the other side,
Yep.
because if it's not hub either side, CV.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Whilst Josh was checking the other hub, us guys have to get a move on if we want to be up here before dark. I'm fairly confident. I reckon I can do this, but it ain't over till you're at the top, so let's give this a crack. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. You fell off on me. Looks like Tim is not holding back. He's using that right foot and he's gathering momentum. Woo-hoo! You in a hurry for something, mate? I tell you what, I could see that front locker working. Given the wheel length on Jamie's Defender, the back's still going to be around the corner when the front's getting up over the top. Well, that was absolutely sensational. Some found it a little easier than others. As you can see, I'm still finding it a bit tricky just to walk up here. But we all made it at the top, and that's the important thing. However, I still don't know what's going on with Josh and Jess's vehicle, so I'm going to pop up there now and say g'day to those two and see what's going on. I've got my fingers crossed that it's just a hub or even just a CV, something simple that we can fix tonight. Let's go and have a look.
Geez, we're going to have to tell you. Better have a chat to Graham, maybe.
What's the go, mate?
I think the crown wheel's gone on the diff.
No, that's game over.
That's it, she's over.
We've still got to get out of here yet.
Got to get out of here, yeah. Nice couple of steep hills to try and get out in two-wheel drive.
Well, I guess we better change that convoy. I better get in front of you then.
You better get in front. The only thing is, I can't have a Nissan Talmy because I still lose my sticker and my diff.
It's a good point, that. So,
Geez, you're in trouble, pal.
yeah. How about you get you out of here and we'll get up to camp and see how we go.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. It is just not an ideal situation. We're all feeling really bad for Josh and Jess. Hopefully, they'll be able to drive up and out of this track and make it back to camp.
Even though we did damage our car, that's the beauty of this place. You can still carry on your trip while the others can go off and have a bit of fun.
Well, as you can see, they made it all the way back to camp without my help, which means they get to keep their sticker. As you can imagine, while setting up camp, the mood, it's pretty sombre. After a while, our spirits started to rise again. I believe I can fly.
I'm lousy of onions. I can't cook for crap. And here we are doing onions. Fear shall not hold me back, dear.
That's good.
Have a look at those steaks, and boy, did they smell good.
Bad luck about your breakdown today, mate.
You're telling me.
Mate,
No good at all.
I feel for you. I broke down 300 k's outside Birdsville on the Cordillera Downs track, spat the axle out of the truck, and not real happy about it. And I'm sitting there thinking, what am I going to do here? And I got on the amateur radio and wound up talking to a guy in Perth who rang my mechanic up, and they had a bit of a relay session, and from that I got told how to fix me car and got it into Birdsville. But if I hadn't had HF, I'd have been in real trouble. So,
I was lucky.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky to have that.
So in that respect, how reliable is it if you had to contact someone in Perth?
You'll usually find somebody if you're around the right time of the day. You will anyway. So, yeah, middle of the day from where we were, Perth's actually quite a good distance.
Sure, sure. And that's with your setup you've got now?
Yeah, I can just get on that radio that's in the car now and go berserk. So,
what are the chances of us picking up someone overseas right now?
Oh, what time is it? Oh, it'd be half okay.
Can you show us how it works?
Yep, absolutely.
All right, I'm dead keen.
Not a problem. Yeah, good evening. Name is Steve, Sierra Del Tango Echo Victor Echo. I'm portable in the Watagan Mountains from VK to Uniform Delta Portable.
Good on you, Steve. Yeah, I know the Watagans very well. I've four-wheel drived up and down through there quite a few times.
Is this just the head unit? Or is
yeah, that's just the head
so
unit.
You've got some sort of massive...
Actually, it's not that big. If you imagine the size of that head unit,
yeah.
It's the same width,
yeah.
It's the same height, and it'd probably go into the dash about that far.
Sure. Global radio Yankee, located near Nelson, top of the South Island of New Zealand. The one that you got a copy.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Yep, there you go.
I tell you what, though, how about we get out of your freezing cold car? Get back to that fire.
Get back to that fire, mate.
Done.
Sounds good to me.
Done.
Yeah, okay, thanks very much, fellas. It's been great. We're having a chat with you tonight, but I'm a bit cold here, so I'm going to go and sit around the fire, and we'll hopefully catch up with you all next time.
Get more for less at 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre with insane deals on King's DIY storage and 12-volt gear to build your dream 4-wheel drive. Whether it's an inverter you need to run 240-volt gear on the job site or the campsite, a battery box or a 12-volt control box to easily access your power, King's 12-volt DIY gear is what you need to take your 12-volt setup to the next level. Need a battery? King's has you covered with a full range of AGM, slimline and lithium batteries in sizes ranging from 98 amp hour to 200 amp hour. All built with ultra high quality components to go the distance. And of course you just can't beat King's solar panels and blankets to silently charge your batteries anytime the sun's out. At 4-Wheel Drive Supacentre, you get more for less.
There's no nicer way to start the morning than a short stroll through the bush. It's just so beautiful in here, really, enough to take your breath away. There's a bit of death-defying step, isn't it? Well, what an awesome spot, hey? This is the sort of spot that really makes me want to break the camera out and try and get a good photo. You folks at home will be familiar with me travelling with my full digital SLR kit, but I'm on the road so much these days that I'm making every effort to try and save space in the back of Shorty. To that end, I'm trying where possible to take only a small camera with me. The technique we're going to use is a slow shutter speed to blur that water, give it that milky effect that looks so great in waterfalls. The way I'm going to do that is change the camera from the auto mode to the shutter mode, shutter speed mode. That's going to allow me to decrease my shutter speed. Second thing I'm going to do, of course, is find a stable platform to put the camera on, because if I've got a long shutter speed, if I move the camera, everything's going to be blurry, and I only want the water to be blurry. I'm going to use this rock to do that. I'm not even going to use a tripod. There's two more tips I'm going to give you for this technique. The first of which use your flash. Try and put your flash to burst at the end of the shot. What that's going to do, if you have a look behind the waterfall, it's quite dark. Down here in front of me is quite dark as well. It's just going to give that a little bit of pop, just add a little bit of light to it. And the last tip I'm going to give you, use your self-timer button. Set it on about 2 seconds, because as you can imagine, if you've got everything set up here nice, rock solid and steady for a 2-second exposure, then you go and push the button to turn it on, you're going to move the camera. So let's set up on this rock here and have a go, see what we come up with. You know, I reckon I could spend a long time in a place like this, just me, my camera, maybe even a book or two. Absolute ripper.
So when you leave the camp, if you turn left up onto the main road, follow that until you come past the wishing well.
Yep.
And you'll turn left into just the next track after the wishing well.
Heading back down the hill.
Heading back down the hill into Green Break Road.
Green Break Road?
Green Break Road.
Now, obviously you can't follow us down that.
No, unfortunately I can't.
No. I've heard, I don't know whether you know about it, there's a lookout up here called Heaps Lookout, I think it's called.
Yeah, there's Heaton's Lookout.
We can all meet you there, what, about 3 o'clock, so are we?
Okay, we could meet there, but I think there's a better one just up the road from Heaton's Lookout.
Meet at Heaton's at 3:30, and then you'll take us to your own personal lookout. All right, if we're not there by 3:30, something's gone pear-shaped. Come and get us. Josh and Jess, they're going to stick to the main artillery roads while we finish the trip. Josh has told me where to go. No, I don't mean like that either, no. You know, I find it really quite interesting, the number of people I meet on the tracks who are running their tyre pressures too high. Not only on the tracks, I'm talking on the blacktop as well. Right now, we're on hard gravel, so I've got the Cooper STTs down to around 25 PSI, but as soon as we hit this mud later on, we go down to about 18 PSI. Folks, this is a cracking hill here.
Very nice.
How different is this track to what we've been driving? This is like a forest grove. It's completely dense and overhanging.
Yeah, very strong over canopy here, isn't it? Yeah, look very tight and yeah, awesome sight though.
Quite outstanding, the diversity of tracks we're going through here. I mean, we're going from rock steps and open sort of gravel pits through to these almost, I mean, this thing's almost untouched. I can't see any tyre tracks in front of me apart from the odd motorbike. You can always tell when something hasn't been driven in a while, when there's vegetation all across the track and wild vines getting caught up in everything. You know, it really makes me wonder what to expect up ahead. Just on the web again here, and I've got another quote, again pertaining to the track we're currently on, which is Green Breaks Road. Let me read this out for you. It says, Green Breaks Road is suitable for touring class four-wheel drives, but take a chainsaw as it's very overgrown. Now, we're halfway through this track, and Josh has got the chainsaw, so let's cross our fingers that we don't meet anything large. Folks, looks like there's a real rocky clayey section up here. It doesn't look too bad, I'll give it a crack first. Well, that was not what I expected. Yeah, I spoke too soon. Ending up sideways on a steep slope. It's not a place to be. What I did wrong there was use the front locker when really I didn't need to. I think we're going to have to get a strap on this. This is a pretty dodgy angle in the old shorty. I can't see bugger all here, so...
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Righto.
I'm only just started this hill too, I've still got to get right the way up there.
Let's see how we go.
You've really got to pick your line right here. We're talking off-canvas sections, big ruts, and you have to keep your concentration going for long periods of time. You know, this really does remind me of a high country hill. Tell you what, folks, this hill just keeps on going and going and going. Oh, Shorty, she flexes like a steel rod. That's a really nice bit of technical driving through there. You're going to love that, folks.
Gotta love coil suspension all around, I tell you.
Guys, according to the VMS, we are a stone's throw from Martinsville Hill Road. If we turn right here, it's going to take us up to the lookout, and judging by the time, actually we'd be early if I hadn't got to that spot of bother, so it's probably a good thing because we're right on time now. When you're in a convoy like this, it's a good idea to occasionally flick onto the loggers channel and let them know you're around. Keep an eye out on the signs that tell you which channel to use. Hey Josh, you got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
We've made it, mate, we've made it. Why don't you lead on to this special lookout of yours, although I'm going to poke my head out the window as I go past and have a look at this one too. Oh, look at this.
Wowee.
Josh, how's this? Mate, absolutely sensational. That is a magical view, I tell you what. You know, when I was doing my research for this trip, scouring through the forums, looking at quotes and getting information on the Watagans, the one thing that I found common to just about every thread was that everyone said something about these fantastic views and the absolute beauty of the area. They were 100% correct, weren't they? Have a look at that as an example. But what's also blown me away is the calibre of driving out here. It's been well above my expectation. I can't wait to get back up here and try it again, but when you add to the driving, fantastic campsites and the ability to be in the Aussie bush when you're so close to suburbia, well, you can't go wrong. And how about the weather? Even that cleared up for me, which has been unusual for me. I tell you, if you add on top of all that, a fantastic group of blokes and girls to come along with, you got the icing on the cake, and I'd like to say a big thanks to Josh and Jess for putting this trip together and making it so memorable for me. As for you folks at home, we'll catch you next time for all-wheel drive action.
Forget building your own set of storage drawers or paying well over $1,000 for a set elsewhere, and get your hands on a set of incredibly tough and unbeatable value for money Titan storage drawers. Our entire range of Titan storage drawers have been built to handle just about anything you can throw at them. All models of Titan double drawers come with an included built-in fridge slide on the left-hand side, saving you up to $200 compared to some other brands that charge extra for a fridge slide. Each drawer top also has these heavy-duty spring-loaded tie-down points to secure your gear on even the most corrugated roads. We've put them through their paces like none other. We've jumped on them, overloaded them with bricks, chucked an engine on the drawers at full extension, absolutely flooded them and used them off-road year after year to prove just how tough they are. The Titan 900 single drawer is perfect for those who have limited space to install a storage drawer. It has internal dimensions of 430mm wide, 790mm long and 190mm deep. The Titan 900 double drawer setup is ideal for smaller wagons like Prados, Pajeros and SUVs, with the internal dimensions identical to the 900 single drawer on each side. The Titan 1300 ute drawers are made specifically for vans and utes. The internal dimensions are 1200mm long, 430mm wide and 150mm high. The 1300mm single drawers are also a cracking addition to the back of vans and utes. The internal dimensions are the same as the double 1300 drawers, but have an extra 40mm of depth, making them 190mm deep. And finally, for the bigger wagons like Land Cruisers and Patrols, the double 1070 storage drawers have internal dimensions of 880mm long, 470mm wide, and 180mm of depth. They come 95% pre-assembled, and all you need to install them is a couple of basic hand tools and a couple of hours on a lazy Sunday arvo. You can also add optional wing kits, both model specific and DIY, so you can finish off the back of your four-wheel drive and have plenty of storage available for your next adventure. Take your setup to the next level with the incredibly tough and unbeatable value for money Titan storage drawers.
If you're after a next level 12-volt upgrade for your vehicle or your next camping trip, then check this out. The Adventure King's 120 amp hour lithium battery. This uses high capacity, brand new grade A lithium iron phosphate cells capable of thousands of cycles. It's paired with a high quality BMS able to output up to 160 amps of current. The future of 12-volt setups is here. Lithium batteries are super lightweight and still have heaps of power capacity. In fact, this battery weighs just over 15 kilos. That's about half as much as a similar capacity AGM. But that's not all. Lithium batteries have the ability to use their entire capacity from 100 to 0% and still have an incredibly long life. The reason Adventure King's lithium batteries are so good is because they use lithium iron phosphate chemistry. That means if you're using the entire 120 amp hours of capacity in this battery every day, it would still last almost 5.5 years. Some cheap lithium batteries use grade B or even second-hand cells to keep the cost down, but not here. Adventure King's lithium iron phosphate batteries use brand new grade A prismatic cells. When these batteries are assembled, each individual cell is matched with others and then grouped. Then those cells are balanced, which means that these batteries always function at their best and ensure you have full capacity. Another major feature of these Adventure King's 120 amp hour lithium batteries is the high quality internal battery management system. This BMS for short takes care of the individual cells. It balances them while you're charging your battery. It prevents overcharge, over-discharge, over-temperature and short circuits. A high quality BMS is so important, and it's also incredibly important to match the BMS to the cells and the use of the battery. A good indicator of a high quality BMS is to look for high current discharge and charge ratings. This battery is capable of charging and discharging constantly at up to 100 amps, and it can do a peak discharge of 160 amps of current. A high discharge current and a high peak discharge current are very important if you want to run things like inverters that need a lot of power when they turn on to fill the capacitors. If you're looking at a battery that has a much lower charge and discharge rate, they could be cost cutting by using a cheaper BMS. Lithium iron phosphate is a safe technology, unlike some other lithium chemistries, and Adventure King's lithium batteries are doubly safe. Not only are they sealed and safe to use in your vehicle, they've also passed a short circuit test, overcharge test, over temperature test, and a vibration test, so they're ready to be put to use. Some lithium batteries are extremely sensitive to hot and cold temperatures, and they can be damaged or destroyed by trying to use them. Adventure King's batteries though can be charged anywhere from 0 to 50 degrees Celsius and used or discharged anywhere from -20 right through to +60 degrees Celsius. They use threaded M8 terminals for high power output and easy connection. Measuring in at 330mm long by 162mm wide and 215mm tall, they fit perfectly in an Adventure King's battery box for a lightweight and powerful portable power station. And with 120 amp hours on tap, you could run a camping fridge for 5 or even 6 days. Or you can permanently install them in your vehicle for a next level super powerful setup that barely weighs anything. And for that reason, they're perfect for your four-wheel drive, motorhome, caravan or camper trailer, where you need to be concerned about GVM and GCM limits. So if you want a safe, lightweight, super powerful and super long-lasting lithium battery for your next level setup, you can't beat an Adventure King's 120 amp hour lithium battery.
Introducing the incredible Adventure King's Premium Camp Oven Stove. Your new best mate for delicious barbecue or campfire cooking and warm, cozy fires whether you're at home in your backyard or at your favorite campsite. Let me show you all the things that I absolutely love about it, and I'm sure you're gonna love too. This amazing bit of gear has been designed right here in Australia, and it combines a camping stove and a portable barbecue into one. It can run off multiple fuel sources: wood, heat beads, charcoal, briquettes, and more. When it's time to cook up a feast, you can fit 2 large pots or pans on this huge flat cooktop surface that measures in at 520mm long by 300mm wide. That's enough space to cook up a feast for the entire family. And because it runs on wood or heat beads, you can leave the gas bottle behind, one less thing to pack. And when you want a beautiful roaring campfire, use the included hook tool to simply lift the 2-piece lid off completely and just add in some more firewood. The raised and closed design means you won't risk scorching your grass, your deck, or even your driveway. And you'll be able to use it for a beautiful warm fire at campsites that don't allow open ground fires. Plus, your firewood lasts longer because you're closer to the heat. Now that's cozy. The enclosed design means it's super efficient, and you can make the most of your fuel by directing the heat exactly where you want it. You can even adjust the temperature of your fire by varying the airflow. With these sliding vents on the side, a 2-piece removable lid on top, and an adjustable flue, you're always in control. Remove the entire lid for an open fire, or just this circular inner piece if you need extra heat for cooking, like searing steaks to finish them off. And this up here, now that is a real game changer. A chimney that extends over 2.4 meters off the ground to direct smoke away from your campsite for smoke-free campfires. You can even position the premium camp oven stove under your awning, your gazebo, or your shed for maximum warmth. And the angular offset chimney piece allows smoke to funnel away rather than getting trapped underneath. There's even a spark arrestor on top for good measure. There are so many more things to absolutely love about the King's Premium Camp Oven Stove. It's been designed to be super sturdy with these 4 large legs that extend the footprint a foot wider in both directions for excellent stability. The legs simply screw into the bottom like this, and you can remove the middle piece for a lower fire. This huge access door swings open with the included hook tool to allow you to easily refill the Premium Camp Oven Stove as required. Inside, you've got this fuel rack that keeps your wood or your charcoal up off the floor, maximising airflow and preventing wasted heat. It's a breeze to transport, set up and pack down too, with no tools required. Each of the 4 2-piece legs simply screw together and the chimney pieces pack into each other, with everything fitting into the main body of the Premium Camp Oven Stove for simple transport. Make sure you don't miss the incredible genuine cooking accessories available too, like a proper wood-fired meat smoker and a clever barbecue hot plate set to really take your camp cooking to the next level. And a stainless steel water boiler too. Whether I'm at home in my backyard or out camping with family, my mates, or even by myself, I absolutely love my Adventure King's Premium Camp Oven Stove. It's a portable fire pit, it's a wood or charcoal barbecue, and it's the centerpiece of every backyard get-together or camping adventure, and I know you're gonna love yours too.
Introducing the insane new Adventure King's 9-inch lethal LED driving lights. These things have an amazing combination of both spot and flood light. They have 21,840 lab-proven effective lumens per pair. That's over 2,000 more than the previous generation. Plus, they have huge light distance performance with 1 lux at over 1.3 kilometers. These are the LED driving lights that other lights wish they were.
You asked and we listened. You said you wanted even more flood of light out of your LED driving lights to light up the sides of the road, the highway and the tracks. We went back to the drawing board to redesign the lethal LED driving lights to produce exactly that. At the same time, we upgraded the lights to the ridiculously tough King's Laser Light die-cast aluminium housings and 3mm folded steel mounts. So not only are these some of the brightest LED driving lights we've ever sold, but they're also the toughest. How bright? Try a lab-proven 21,840 lumens per pair and one lux of 1,342 meters. That's real-world lumens too, not the theoretical lumens that some lights claim they produce. That's thanks to the genuine German-designed Osram LEDs for simply unparalleled light performance. We've also re-engineered the lethal lights with a new 5,185 Kelvin colour temperature. That means they're just a little bit more on the softer, warmer side. Still a clear, crisp white light, but that little bit easier on the eyes when driving long distances. And of course, you get all the features and quality you'd expect from Adventure King's driving lights, like polycarbonate lenses, the same stuff riot shields and fighter jet canopies are made of, and an IP68 water and dustproof rating, meaning these lights are waterproof to a depth of 1 meter for an hour. Plus, for the first time ever, they're rated to IP69K. That means they can withstand high pressure jets of hot water. That tough die-cast alloy housing features passive cooling fins and a waterproof breather for longevity, and they have the ability to run on both 12 and 24 volt, meaning they're suitable for everything from cars and four-wheel drives to trucks and machinery. Including the brackets, they measure 250mm high, 230mm wide, and 115mm deep. They have an attachment system that uses two 8mm bolts on either side to positively lock them in place and prevent them from falling out of alignment. And of course, they use the same plug as all previous Adventure King's lights, which makes them an easy 10-minute upgrade. Just unplug your old lights, bolt the new ones on, plug them in, and you're ready to go. Add in a 2-year warranty and you've got a simply incredible set of lights that leave the competition looking a little underwhelming. The Adventure King's 9-inch lethal LED driving lights are the best value LED driving lights on the market. We've re-engineered them to be incredibly tough and incredibly bright. They'll turn night into day, and they're on sale right now for a price you have to see to believe.
You asked and we've listened. The incredible MT1 Go Anywhere camper trailer has just received an ATM upgrade to 2 tons. All new Adventure King's MT1 camper trailers will now come with the new upgraded 2-ton ATM. But don't worry if you already own an MT1, because a retrofit upgrade kit is available too. The MT1 is already an ultra tough trailer with a one-piece 150 by 50mm chassis that extends right from the drawbar all the way to the back of the trailer. Now it's even tougher with upgraded suspension, bearings, brakes and wheels to bring it up to a 2-ton ATM. The brakes are upgraded from 10-inch to 12-inch electric brakes. The alloy rims are now rated to 2-ton ATM. And an upgraded set of suspension arms also suit the upgraded ATM. And for existing owners, the retrofit upgrade is incredibly easy to do at home yourself. Everything just bolts onto the trailer with no modifications needed. That extra payload capacity means that you've got more ability than ever before to carry the gear that you need and still remain legal. For more information and full detailed specs on the MT1, see the 4-wheel drive Supacentre website. Now with a 2-ton ATM upgrade, the Adventure King's MT1 Go Anywhere camper trailer can carry more gear than ever before.